Are we going?
I don't know. And we're back. We're back. We forgot to catch up with Lauren and what's going on with the 1,000 miles march. We're like, actually, a big storm was coming. We all had to run. Lauren, okay, you're on day what of the march?
10, I think. I think it is day 10.
Okay.
Um, that sounds right. We are in Atlanta. Today is Atlanta Day. We started in Nashville, and then we have slowly moved our way down to Atlanta. And I'm really excited about this day. You're going to see. So, right now, I'm in a van that is acting as the follow car for the marchers. And we have some first aid supplies. We do have a whole RV situation that we were using in some of the more remote areas with air conditioning. So it's a cooling station. It's constantly stocked with water and ice, first aid supplies. And we, in addition to the RV, we also have this van and another van. And then we have a whole system of walkie talkies. So we will get a radio from somebody who says, "Hey, we need you to bring water," or "I have an injury, come pick me up." And then we will take this van, go meet the walkers, load whoever into this, and then bring them to the RV. So the RV kind of like leapfrogs the walkers, and then the van paces. So right now I am in this van. My beautiful colleague, Bree Woodson, she is known on the internet as the controversial blonde. And she is the youngest Black woman to ever run for Congress in Georgia. She's driving right now. And
Hi.
we are on our way to pick up two more of our content creator friends who are joining us. We have Lindsay from Still We Rise. She's about to roll into this, and then Kelly Kixies is on our organizing team. So you'll see them jump into the back of the van, and then
Well, that's fun.
I'm going to take you with me to the 11 a.m. start time with the marchers. So we are learning a lot of lessons along this journey where we come into these communities and we see what they need. Everybody needs something a little bit different. And what we found is that they're really excited to tell us about where they live, to tell us about what makes their community special. And so we want to do more of that. So what we've started doing is there's a distance walk portion of this. So there are people who they want to be walking on the shoulder of a highway where it's a little dodgy, and they want that distance piece of it. So that is still very much happening. And adults only, we ask that no children come to that part of the walk. And if you want to be a part of the distance portion of the walk, there's a special way to sign up that we've been blasting everywhere. It's on the website. You have to go through Act Blue, one of our sponsors, and then we're utilizing their program Field Tools to communicate. But then the community engagement walk is a new thing that we tried out in Chattanooga, and now we're doing it in Atlanta today. And this is where we're inviting the community to come join us. And we have a few spots along a route that we think might be a really great tie-in, but we're going to keep it flexible, and we're going to be open to the people who are joining us. If there's some cool little corner, some historical moment in their community that they want to tell us about, we're going to go there, and we're going to see their city through their eyes, and use that as an opportunity to. A lot of this is about connection and coalition building. So we also are learning you've got to be flexible in something like this. You can't just come in and assume you have it all figured out and assume that this is the same thing that every city, every community, every state is going to need, and then repeat the model. You got to be adaptable. You've got to be flexible. And so that's what we're doing, and learning a lot of lessons. So it's been the experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And you seem energized, despite I know it's a lot of physical work to do all of this walking. Talking about the community building aspect, I know you're headed to an event today. Can you tell us like a little bit more about what this particular event is?
Yeah, this particular event tonight at 6:30 p.m. at the Apex Museum. Bree and I are so excited. It's going to be a kitchen table talk. And so, what we're really trying to do is, yes, there's going to be some networking and community building, but community through conversation, I think, is really the important focus of these events. There are going to be some Q&A elements and also this panel discussion. One of the things that Bree and I started doing on this journey and has actually really taken off, it's a social media series where she starts it off and she'll go, "Hey, white girl, did you know?" And she'll start to tell me some piece of the Black experience that I might not otherwise be familiar with. And we're recording it. It's about a minute long and we're posting it and people are really feeding off of it. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. We want to show how we as community leaders can model conversations and experiences that people need. Wait, hold on. I've got my AirPods in, so you might not be able to hear her.
The whole thing is, I think what we're trying to exemplify
I can hear.
is that
Can you hear her?
talking about Black history does not diminish white existence, and that's the goal.
Yeah. So that's what we're really going to focus on tonight. You see some of our crew climbing in the back. Is Lindsay coming too? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's make sure if we
Lindsay,
could
Marika.
make it a little easy for. Hi, hi, nice to meet you, Sean. You're on live on my morning show. If I could actually ask you to climb into the back so that Lindsay and Marika can more easily get into the car, that would be awesome. Okay, so we're just loading everybody up, and we are heading out to this walk, and we're gonna meet everybody to do the community engagement piece of this. So Kelly has been deep in research of finding the right routes to take and some really interesting landmarks to see. So it's just cool to see the different ways that we're pulling together to bring this march to life.
Yeah, and I know I can't ask them to like pop into the passenger seat or lean in because that is not safe while driving. But I would love to hear from them. So maybe you can record a special segment for us once you get to the march, and we can put that into next week's show. That way, people can kind of get a little feel for what is happening at the march. That would be amazing.
I would love to do that. We can absolutely do that. It's because what we've talked about before is that we didn't have a lot of lead time from the time that this idea came to fruition. And then it started out as our friend Robert Arnold, Defiance 13. He had this idea of just him individually walking across the South. And he's a writer. He wanted to meet with people and talk and have conversations like the ones that we're facilitating through these events. But he wanted to do them more intimately and individually along this route. And people were really interested in being involved and being a part of it. And so very quickly it turned into this whole thing where sponsors are involved. And now we've got teams in this RV and production schedules. And we're connecting with organizations on the ground to make sure that we're highlighting their work, the work that they've been doing for decades and generations. So it's really turned into this thing that I think was a lot bigger than his initial concept. And we're all working together in real time to adapt and make sure that we're meeting the moment in a lot of different levels. So it's just pretty cool to see the way that everybody's working together. I see Kelly with her camera.
I can see the film in the back. I love it. It's like
camera on camera.
We're building the plane as it's flying. You're doing an incredible job. So thank you so much. I do hope we get to see what's happening later. For now, I guess we're gonna have to figure out how to clip our first half of the
I
show
know.
together
And
with
the
the
second
second half of the show. So that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon so that you guys can all see this continuously. And who knows, maybe we'll have footage from that I could, tack on at the
Yeah.
end. We'll see.
I'll
It's
bring
going to be.
I'll make sure to bring my my mics. I've got my little bag of gear, so we'll be ready to film some content from the Atlanta march, and we can
Right.
loop that in, and I can as we're on the road, we're all in close quarters. I will not be on the road next week on Monday. I'll be back at home getting my kids
Yeah.
ready to go back to school. But
Oh my God, it's back to
we've
school
got
already. Ah!
I know.
Girl.
I
All
am
right, everybody.
so not prepared. But we'll keep this conversation going.
All right, we'll keep it going. We're going to be talking about back to school, which is insane. Oh my goodness. In the meantime, enjoy the march, enjoy the adult time because that's always fun too.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye,
All
friends.
right, bye everyone.
Bye.
Good marching. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Ooh.